Today's video is going to be a slideshow on the bike ride we did from Copenhagen to Gothenburg. We took the EuroVelo7 bike route traveling north, and once we arrived in Sweden, the trail is also known as the Kattegatleden. It's a well-marked and well-documented bike trail with lots of online information. I brought my bike from the States, and we're picking up a one-way bike rental for my cousin from One Way Bike Tours in Glamstad. It's about 40 minutes north of Copenhagen by metro. Just down the street from the bike shop is the Royal Parforce Hunting Grounds. You'll see these big red gates that enclose the park. Within these 11,000 acres, there are a lot of historic buildings, royal palaces, and summer homes, and it's also home to the world's oldest amusement park, Bakken. We biked around the park for most of the morning and then headed to the coast to follow that north to catch our ferry to Sweden. Dark in here. Alright, Jen, where are we?
Sweden, yeah.
Yeah? We're just gonna follow this guy because it seems like he knows where he's going. Well, this guy has no idea where we're going. We had just arrived in Denmark at midnight last night, and we did 46 miles today. We got to the hotel around 8 o'clock and just had dinner at the hotel. Dinner was really good. Breakfast was amazing. We loved the Sandvik hotels so much that we stayed at one pretty much every night of the trip. It seems like every country has their weird kitchen gadgets, so this is the Swedish mayonnaise tube squeezer. I didn't shoot much video this morning, but the trails all looked pretty much like this. Beautifully paved, with lots of things to see, plenty of restroom stops, and lots of ice cream stands. There weren't many restaurants open. This is the only hot food we could find from a convenience store. We're on our way to Bastad. Of the 240 miles of the Copenhagen, this is really the only hill. It's not too bad, just a little steep at the end. We really felt like we were back in California, in Monterey at a car show. American car culture is huge here. It was so cool being able to bike on the beach, and I think we biked the entire length. We pulled into this grocery store and they have welders. That's weird. We pulled into our Scandic hotel, which is right in the heart of the city center. It was a perfect location and tons of restaurants and little shops to check out. We stopped at this restaurant called Pinchos, which serves just small plates. The whole process of ordering is done by app, which did not work very well, but we did manage to get some food. We really got a sense of why Sweden is the 4th happiest country in the world. There are just so many open public spaces, a car-free, walkable, and bikeable downtown. We just saw so many people sitting out with their picnic blankets, listening to live music. It's a pretty nice life here. Today really felt like a huge adventure. We did 59 miles and it was just another perfect day of biking. Day 3. We had an amazing breakfast at the Scandic Hotel as usual. Looks like we'll have an 8-mile-an-hour tailwind most of the day. Our first stop was the castle across the street from our hotel, the Halmstad's Slot. The Copenhagen bike trail continues to be very well marked and even lit at night and perfectly paved. It was a beautiful sunny day, and just like that, the weather turned for the worse. It started pouring rain around 1 o'clock. It is coming down. We duck into that cafe and get some cake and see how long this rain's gonna last. It's raining pretty good. Cute cafe though. You staying dry back there?
Oh, sorry, yeah.
You seem to be the only ones biking today, Jen.
I don't understand it. It's a beautiful day to bike. Alright, well, a little wet right now.
We're on our way to Uglarp to eat some glass and kaka. That's ice cream and cake for us English speakers. All right, only 30 miles to go. exhilarated. Hello. It's almost 7 o'clock. It looks like the storm. It's okay. Around 7:15, we reached our hotel for the night, and it is glorious. And if you can't tell, we're pretty excited. Yeah, this was the most expensive hotel of the trip, but absolutely worth it. We would definitely come back here and stay again. Our room was super nice, and after biking in the rain for 4 or 5 hours today, it felt so nice to have a hot shower. The hotel also had the most amazing dinner buffet. We were so hungry. This was just a dream come true to see so much variety of food ready to plate up and eat. See that big chunk of tiramisu missing? That was us. Each day we've been burning about 3,000 calories, so we can eat all the dessert we want guilt-free, and that's the beauty of doing a bike tour. If you're biking through on a bike tour, this is the place to stay. We spent the rest of the evening just sitting out on the beach and watching the sunset. We did 57 miles today, and even though it was pouring rain, we still had a smile on our faces the entire day. The next morning we woke up from the best night of sleep ever. I had to take a picture of the tags on the mattress just to see if we could buy these mattresses back in the States. Jen is still asleep in her bed, but you can't even tell there's a body there. We went back to the dining room that we had dinner in last night, and they had another amazing breakfast buffet. We were well rested, we had an amazing dinner, an amazing breakfast, and we were ready to hit the bike trails. Halfway to Gothenburg, about 28 miles in, we stopped at this castle, and here is a quick tour. It was amazing and definitely worth a visit.
A little different than all the rest. I'm quite old-fashioned where I had sometimes played chess. And when I'm out, I'm looking for that vintage fling. But all complexions that I adore, so hard to find, these seem impossible to score. So I dream on to someday find that vintage love. I kept on looking, but everyone's such a bore. And out of a sudden, you came through the door. At the next table, your whiskey neat. The lights were dimmed as our eyes met, moves on me. And forevermore, I like to share that vintage dream. La di la di la di di di. La di la di la di 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 di. La da 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 di di. La di da di ga.
All right, we officially made it to Gothenburg, and we're staying at the Scandic, our favorite hotel chain now. This Scandic hotel had a rooftop restaurant and bar, which we ate at, and it was amazing. For this segment of the trip, we did 225 miles in 4 days, so that's averaging about 56 miles per day. I've read that there's a competition between hotels to see who can have the best buffet breakfast. I don't know if it's true or not, but it was definitely one of the highlights of biking through Sweden, was the amazing breakfast every morning. Today we're just biking around Gothenburg. I think we did about 7 miles. Our goal for the afternoon was just to find a Sweden flag sticker for our bikes. We booked a train from Gothenburg back to Klampenberg to return the rental bike. Our train left around noon and it took about 3.5 hours. You can only take bikes on the Öresundtåg trains. Getting the bikes on board was as easy as just rolling them on. I'd recommend having a strap so you can prevent your bike from falling over. We got the rental bike returned just before they closed, and we spent the rest of the day just wandering around Copenhagen.
It's night in the city, and I'm on my way back home. Humming on my favorite ditty, swinging like Natalie Cole. But then out of the blue, who strolls down the boulevard but you? Your place is closer than mine. Some more wine, 'cause life is for living. Let's see where the sun might lead. Let's see where the sun might lead. Waking up to a brand new day in between your sheets. Breaking up in the best of ways, and I'm back again on the street. Ooh, but then out of the blue, a wind starts blowing in ways so new. A world more exciting than mine is holding up a great big welcoming sign. Life is for living. Let's see so my lead. But then out of the blue, who strolls down the boulevard but you? Your place is closer than mine. Why don't we go there and have some more wine? 'Cause life is for living. Let's see where the sun might lead. I said life is for living. Let's see where the sun might lead.
In total, we biked 611 miles and burned an average of 3,200 calories each day. The next morning, I boxed up my bike and headed to the airport from our hotel. My bike box just barely fits through the elevators. When I got home and weighed myself, I was 6 pounds lighter. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out part 1 where we bike from Copenhagen to Berlin. And thanks again for watching.